you for having me. Hello. So, as Tyler just said, I'm Michelle Katz, and this is a little social media for business owners. So this is me. I run an account called Pike and Rose. I am a high school art teacher and an Instagram content creator. I connect the MoCo community with local restaurants, businesses, events, and opportunities. So I make a lot of reels kind of featuring local businesses, local restaurants, events, things like that. I have a photography background, but I also like to do video work. So outside of this, I also do headshots, family portraits, things like that. And tonight I'm specifically talking about Instagram because that's kind of where my background is, but a lot of it is also applicable to Facebook and TikTok. All right, so tonight we're talking about the purpose and the goals for social media. It's really kind of easy to lose sight of what your actual goal is when you're doing this. Making interesting and engaging content, making your content look good, and then understanding your insights. Okay, why do we post on social media? So we want to attract new customers, but we also want to maintain relationships with our current customers. So it's super, super important that you have a balance of both of these things, okay? So we're going to talk about how are you going to attract new customers, and then how are you also going to make sure that your current customers don't feel like alienated, like, oh, there's all this new stuff, I don't know what's happening. So we really just want to maintain both of these relationships. For attracting new customers, I highly recommend posting reels, okay? First of all, raise your hand if you already have an Instagram account for your business. Okay, how about Facebook? Okay, TikTok? Couple brave souls. Okay, nice. Yeah, so posting reels right now, and you know, the algorithms always change. That's one thing that's kind of interesting, keeps everyone on their toes. But right now, posting reels, posting video content is going to get you out to more new people. There's this Reels tab and people just get sucked in and they just scroll all night. So, you know, that's what's best. That's what's best for growth and for reaching new people. For attracting new customers, you want them when they first see your page to kind of get a good understanding, what is your business? You know, what are some crowd favorites? What are some things that you offer generally that people can just expect on a regular basis? You also kind of want to explain who you are as a business. If someone shows up to a page and all they see are like your specials or like your events, they don't really get the full picture. It's maybe a little confusing and they might just say, who is this? And just swipe away. So you really just want to capture people with that first impression. And then one other thing that's very important, you do want to share your location in your bio. So as soon as people reach your landing page saying Kensington, Maryland, that's really important. Otherwise people might think like, are you in California? Are you in Seattle? If a reel of yours goes viral, you might get people from all over. So you really want to make sure that you're getting that little crowd that's right here. If you have a business where you ship stuff nationwide, different story, but all right. Maintaining relationships with your existing customers. It's really important to post about any new changes. So if you have a change in your hours, you're getting rid of someone's favorite special entree and you want to give them a chance to say goodbye to it, definitely share that because some of us get sad. I'm looking at you, apple pie French toast.
Or say whether you're going to keep it or...
Yeah, like, you know, our seasonal favorites are disappearing. Come in and say goodbye to them before they leave. I would be like, yes, sir. Where's my French toast? So, you know, let people know. Just keep them posted. Also, if you have new merchandise or specials, especially stuff that you're excited about, let people know. Not everyone's able to make it in all the time, but if someone sees something and it looks amazing, they're gonna come for it, hopefully. That's the goal. New employees. If you've done a little digging around online, there are some studies that correlate higher engagement with faces of people and things. So if you take a picture of your employee looking real happy and really cute, saying hi, then you might get a little bit more return than if it's just a product. That's one theory. Everyone's page works a little bit different, so it's something to test out, see how that goes. And by the way, if I'm going too fast at any point, feel free to like raise a hand and say, please slow down, okay? Also, I know that my font is smaller than I thought it was going to be, so I apologize for that. If there's anything to celebrate, if you've won an award, if you just had your 2nd anniversary or anything like that, let the community know. All right, setting goals for your social media. So this is going to be something that is gonna have to reframe a lot of people's thinking. So for this, your social media goals should be 100% things that you have control over, okay? So, believe it or not, number of followers and number of views are not things that you can control, okay? Realistic goals instead are how often you post, how often you respond to your comments and DMs, things like that. And you just never know, you might post literally the same reel 3 times and then all of a sudden it gets thousands of views. The algorithm is a little bit mysterious. Sometimes you might post a video that you think is absolute fire and it just might not take off. But going back to the whole maintaining relationships, your current customers might still really appreciate what you're posting. So don't get discouraged, for sure. Okay, are we good? Yes, okay. Perfect, so at this point, look at these. You are going to have a little bit of work. That's right, I'm a teacher, I made a worksheet for you, you're welcome. You're going to write down 2 manageable goals that you have for your social media, okay? So that might be your posting frequency. Do you wanna create and post 1 reel a week and 3 stories a week? Some people out there say you have to post 10 reels a month, but honestly, just do what's manageable for you. Set a schedule, stick to it. You might want to host a giveaway. That's a really great way to bring in new faces to your page, especially if you collaborate with other businesses or other influencers. You can have your response rate be your goal. You might want to respond to your DMs and your comments 5 times weekly for 15 minutes, something like that. And then show support. So you might go to your followers' pages and like some of their recent posts. Now with that, I am going to say one caveat. If your followers have private pages, they might not necessarily want you leaving comments or leaving messages, but likes are considered appropriate. Likes are considered fine from businesses to customers. Okay. So I'm gonna actually give you 2 minutes. Think of a goal, write it down. I'll walk around. All right, you guys ready? Yes? Okay, cool. So while I was walking around and chatting with everyone about their goals, I got a great question about giveaways. So a couple of things about giveaways. They are wonderful and they can definitely help expand your reach. For that, I recommend doing something that is more general rather than more specific so more people are interested. So for example, a gift card is really great because then they're not glued into one object, one thing. And then the other thing is if you team up with another local business or a local influencer and you do a post together, then everyone who follows them is going to see it and everyone who follows you is going to see it. And then one of the rules usually is you have to follow both accounts and tag a friend. That's a good way of doing it. Yeah, and I can help you guys individually with that a little bit later on. Okay.
How do you know those rules are obliged?
So what I do is I pick the winner and then I look at the winner, and if the winner didn't follow the rules, then they're disqualified. So someone else wins, not them. Yeah. Okay, so here's right now how this mysterious algorithm works for now. Okay, so first, your content is shown to a small number of your followers, okay? Very small, sadly small. Then, if a high percentage engage and watch for a while, and when I say engage, I mean like, share, what have you, then your content is shown to more followers and some non-followers, and the cycle repeats, okay? So that's one thing. Mm-hmm.
When you say a while, is that like 20 seconds, 1 minute? Do we know what a while is?
Sure, yeah, so a while, I would say, like, if you stare at your phone, you look at a reel, and you're like, 1, 2, 3, swipe, no thank you. A while is like more than 3 seconds. Okay. Like looking at it like, okay, this is interesting, and actually watching it. A lot of my videos, which can be anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, might have an average view of 15 seconds if it's shown to people who don't care. Mm-hmm. But people who do care, You know, it averages.
Okay.
So like an average watch time of 10 seconds is considered great,
So
shockingly.
then maybe the question is,
Yeah.
how long should the video be in order to catch a wow?
Well, that's a great question. That really depends. I would say, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but short enough to not be boring. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so we're going to get to that. Just no dead space. We're going to talk about that. So on the other hand, if a low percentage of people, of your followers, engage, if they look at it and they're like, and they just swipe past, then your content is not going to be shown to anybody else. Okay, and by that, I mean at the top of people's homepages, in the Reels tab, things like that. It'll still show up on your page, it just won't be the first thing they see when they open Instagram, okay? All right, so here's how to make your content interesting. Here's how to make people not scroll right past it. Share about things that you care about, things that are interesting to you. Probably, if you really, really, really love it, somebody else out there will also, okay? Include a hook, which we're going to talk about in a minute. You might notice a little space on your worksheet for hooks. Follow a trend. And not everybody has to do this. It's just something that you might want to. And the trends these days are kind of like there's a sound that plays and it's like a snippet of a song, and everybody does that exact same thing to that song. It's a little hard to explain, but I'm sure you've probably seen them. Okay. Use an editing app to make your colors pop.
Do you have a suggestion for an editing app?
I sure do. It's in there. I got you. And also edit out your pauses and unimportant parts of your videos. So anything where you say like, or you are like taking a second to like grab whatever item it is and move it up. And we'll talk about that in a second as well. Oh, and one more thing. Okay, include something called a CTA, which starts a conversation, which we're going to talk about in a minute. CTA is, I heard someone say it, call to action. Some of you already know. Okay, what is a hook? What is a hook? A hook is an opening question or statement that makes people curious to watch the rest of your video. It's going to keep those swipers from swiping away after 3 seconds. For example, is this the best ramen in Maryland? Is it? I don't know. You're going to have to watch to find out. Did you know you can get overstuffed, crazy, cheesy arepas right here in Rockville?
I just saw that one.
And 3 dishes you have to try when you visit us. Okay. Not everything has to include this, but this has been shown to be more effective, and people are going to be at least slightly curious. So, oh, one more. Hidden Gem Record Store in Kensington, Maryland. Heyo. Okay, so let's look at these hooks. All right, here are 2. They're meh. Here are some new sweaters we have. All right, cool, I guess. Try our new dessert. Okay. How can we improve them? What do you guys think? You want to talk with a neighbor first? Okay. Add a hook. Okay. Can you give me an example? Like, how can I fix?
Yeah, I just read the question.
Sure.
Yeah, like, is this sweater the coolest sweater in Kensington?
Is this the coolest sweater in Kensington? Great idea. I saw a hand back there.
Is this the sexiest sweater in
Oh, I'm mic'd. I'm not going to say that on TV.
Is this sweater too sexy to wear?
Can I not wear this sweater on public television? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Or is this sweater the best, Christmas?
Oh, okay. Is the sweater going to be the new?
Situation.
The ugliest sweater.
Okay. Oh, is this the ugliest sweater?
Yeah,
That's a fun one. Okay,
Would you wear this sweater?
great. Would you wear this sweater? Well, okay. One thing with that, with your hooks, you don't want to have any question where people can be like, no, I wouldn't wear that sweater. Because guess what? People on the internet. Well, let's rephrase that, okay? You can say like, tag someone who should wear this sweater, know someone who would wear this sweater, and then people might be like, actually, yeah, I do know someone who would wear it.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
know someone who would wear it. That's better. Okay, next one, try our new dessert. Yes.
Is this the best cheesecake in Kensington?
Ooh, is this the best cheesecake in Kensington? That's a great idea. Other ideas? Yeah, there's room. Come on up. Yes.
If you're in Kensington, you have to try this specific.
No, I think that's pretty good. If you're in Kensington, you have to try this cheesecake. Great idea. Okay, perfect. Welcome, by the way. I have things for you. Hello, how's it going? Okay. Thank you. Yep. So you missed my introduction. I'm a teacher. I make everyone do worksheets. Sorry, not sorry. All right. So here are some things that I came up with. Okay, the sweater hook. Are these the coziest sweaters ever? 3 new items that you need in your closet this fall. And then that kind of branches out a little bit. How would you style these sweaters? Okay, so then you can show 3 different ways. Which way would you wear it? Okay. The dessert hook. Calling all chocoholics. You won't believe how chocolatey this crepe is. And 3 desserts worth saving room for. Okay. Let me see. Right, so what you guys are gonna do right now, yep, you are going to look through your camera roll. So just open up your phones, okay? And you are going to write a hook for one business-related photo or video clip that you have sitting on your phone right now, okay? Also, write down the date that the photo or video is from so you can find it again later. Okay, so we're gonna take a few minutes. Go ahead and do that right now. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're good enough with your hook. Huh? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes in a minute because we're gonna talk about the next part. So the next thing, what is a call to action? What is a CTA? Okay, it is a final statement that tells people to do something. All right, so you have your hook. Sometimes you throw in an extra sentence or two. Like your CTA might be, check us out at insert address here in Kensington, Maryland. Okay, send this reel to a friend who needs to visit with you. Like this post if you agree. Drop a comment. Which dish are you trying first? And, you know, which of these do you think would lead to more comments on your post, if you had to guess?
More comments?
Yeah.
I will have a comment.
Drop a comment. Yep. Yep.
Right,
Okay.
good question.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And then which one will most likely lead to more shares?
Send us real
Yep. Send this reel to a friend who needs to visit with you. Okay. And all of these engagement pieces are very important. The guy who's real big at Instagram, I forget, he might be the CEO, Masseri, whatever. So he said that right now, shares are a metric that Instagram is looking at a lot more these days than just likes, okay? So if you get people to share something, it means they're actually very interested, and not only that, but they're having a conversation with someone else about it, okay? So, for the hook that you just wrote, come up with a possible CTA to go with it. So, need this baked apple cider French toast? Head over to La Gelateria and try some for yourself. Okay, so you take a minute, write the hook that goes with that, and then guess what? You have posts ready to go. You're ready. All right. All right, guys. Hi. Hello. All right, you guys good back there? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to debrief really quickly. So we got some really good CTAs, some really good hooks, which is awesome. Your hook can be as simple as something like, who needs a paint night in their life? It also is important to kind of stay true to your voice. And so my voice, just based on who I am a little bit over the top sometimes. And if that's not how you are, you know, keep the hook in your voice. You know, so that is definitely really important. Okay, we're now gonna talk about some ideas for quick, easy content, all right? In a minute, I'm gonna have you choose one and come up with an idea that you literally could post tomorrow, okay? So one thing that's really easy, you can thank people for their reviews. So you can open up your Yelp or your Google reviews page, and you can create a post using a quote and photos from a recent positive review, okay? You can also highlight an item or service that has been getting a lot of attention. You can just put together a sentence or two plus a photo or quick video clip about a crowd favorite or a new special. And then you also can highlight something new or exciting about your business. So just take a photo and include a quick video or sentence or two, whatever you need. Yes?
Yelp, when I find that when I interact with them, that
Yeah.
they interact with me more, which I don't really care for.
Okay, so you don't have to do anything. You can just go in there and like open up the photo, download it, and then post the photo on Instagram and say thanks so much to our visitor, and then put in their Yelp name and say like
I
something
see.
something on Yelp. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
okay.
You don't need any permission, I think, to do that.
If you credit them and say thanks to Mike B on Yelp, you know, and then if they are not happy with you using their photo that they posted publicly in another public place, then you can take it down. But typically people don't have any problem with that.
Can you just cut their face out of the photo?
Sure, yeah, if they posted a picture of their
No,
face. Yeah,
Or you can
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, or if it's someone who's like, you know, a customer who comes by, you can always just ask them also. Yeah. Other questions about this? Okay, let me see your worksheets. Yes, okay. You're going to now write down your quick, easy idea. Okay, there's one more box. Quick, easy content idea. What are you literally going to post tomorrow? It can have a hook, it can have a call to action. We're just going quick and easy for this one. Okay, if you can hear me, raise your hands. I'm going to do a school thing. Yeah, all right. Okay, so look at this. You can make a reel in under 5 minutes by using this Instagram feature. I'm going to talk you through this in a second. But what you do basically is you add your clips, you click suggested audio, and then Instagram will automatically put a reel together for you, which is great. And then you can add some text on top, add a voiceover if that's your thing, and then add a caption and post. So all you do, look at this. Okay, here we go. You're in your camera roll. You click on the clips that you want, and then you press next. And then it pops up and it says all these different suggested audios at the bottom. And you can scroll through and say, okay, which song or sound do I like? And then Instagram makes the reel for you. So that's pretty easy. And I'll leave this up for a second if anyone wants to write it down. Yes?
I have a question about the songs in the reel.
Sure.
So I've heard that you should use like trending audio. Does Instagram push your stuff forward if you use what they suggest? Or should we be looking for things under 5,000 plays?
Okay, so that's a very great and convoluted question. All right, so trending audios. Sometimes Instagram has these audios that people click on and they're all of a sudden popular. And sometimes people will click on the audios and just watch reels with that type of audio forever. So that sometimes, it's like playing the lottery. Sometimes if you use a trending audio, your video will take off and become super viral. But more likely than not, it's going to not really do that much of a difference. Instagram sometimes likes to suggest things, you know, to kind of keep you trying new things. I would say it's a little hit or miss. My best suggestion is to use audio that fits with your clip. That's the best thing that I could say.
Does Instagram treat a personal account the same as a business account?
With audio, I'm not 100% sure, but you're going to have better access to tools if you're a business account or a creator account. You'll have better access to your insights and things like that. Yeah. And then you had a hand, and then we'll go back to Tyler. Yes.
No, I was saying, I've seen sometimes where people put, like, I don't own the rights to this music.
Uh-huh.
Do you do that?
No, you don't have to. Sometimes, like a few years ago, some people kind of had their videos taken down because Instagram didn't have like this native music feature that was amazing. And I don't think that you really need to do that. Yeah. Tyler, you had a question back there?
How do you know if you're a business account or a creator account?
So it's in your settings, and I can walk you through that in a little bit, but basically you just go over to your settings and it'll say like business profile, creator profile, and I'll help you find that later. Yeah, okay. Any more questions about this? Okay. All right, we're now gonna talk about some ways to make your photos and your videos look good, okay? Number one is to buy a light. The second thing is to edit your stuff, specifically the brightness, the vibrance, and one more thing that most people don't know about and we'll talk about in a minute, okay? So, the first thing, using a light, yeah, it makes a really big difference, right? And this is no edits at all right? I have this tiny, tiny little light, and I'm not gonna dig it out on my purse and show you, I have a picture of it. It makes a really, really big difference, okay? And this is with a light, again, no edits, and this is me editing this as best as I humanly can to try and make it look good, and it's not doing it. It's kind of like grainy and a little dark and kind of fuzzy, and the colors are just a little bit off. So lights are a good idea. Okay. The second thing is editing your stuff, so specifically brightness, vibrance, and one more thing, and we're gonna get to that now, okay? So it's a little hard to tell on this screen. Can you guys tell what the main difference is between these two photos? This is a really tough one. Yes, say louder.
It's greener.
Thank you. Yes, the one on the left is greener, absolutely. Yeah, it is greener. So the one on the right has something called the color balance fix, and we're gonna talk about this. Okay, this is a really, really, really big deal, color balance. Yep. So for the color balance, and you can do this right in your native photo editing app, okay? There's something called warmth and tint, or temperature and tint, okay? So if you look over here, all right, a lot of the time when we take photos, if you look, the light's kind of yellowish. So what we'll need to do to make it less yellow is to make it slightly more blue. So you will take your little temperature slider and you'll slide it over. You'll make your photo slightly more blue. And if you're somewhere and there's like a pink awning or a green awning or whatever, you need to fix the tint as well. So that's a really, really important one. A lot of times people will edit the brightness, make stuff look brighter, make it more saturated, but then you look at it and you're like, ew, it still looks kind of weird, like just off. Usually this is why, okay? Yep. So temperature and tint, also known as color balance. All right, back to the light thing. So what type of light do you want to get? So if you are doing food photography, food videos, things where you're moving around a lot, but your camera's kind of close to your subject, you want kind of a small rectangular portable phone light, something that like fits in the palm of your hand, okay? These are really great. This one's listed as $20. You don't have to spend a lot. It makes a big difference, okay? But again, this is just for things where you're gonna be really close. It's not gonna be good for people. We'll talk about that in a sec. I know, you got all excited. No. Or artwork. No, this is not good for artwork. Nope. Okay, the next one is a ring light. This is better for people, okay? This is good when you need kind of like more even lighting. If you're recording yourself or you have hair or makeup clients. And also one thing to know is you do need bigger lights for bigger spaces. So if you need to capture something in a whole room, this is not gonna be a good option. For that, you probably will have to get professional lighting. Yeah, or you just might need to edit your stuff or shoot near a window.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, editing apps that I recommend. All right, the number one that I recommend the most is Lightroom. And so that is really good for editing colors. Some aspects of it are free. You can also get a paid account. It has some preset filters, which is really nice. And that one's really great for editing the color balance. And honestly, if at any point you get stuck and you're not sure what to do with Lightroom, I love Lightroom. I spend 1 million hours every day using it. Not really, but I teach photography, so you can message me and I'll help you. The next one is Video Leap. If you don't like Instagram or TikTok's native video editing stuff, you can use Video Leap. It's pretty good. The one thing is Instagram will sometimes crash and then your project will get lost, which is really annoying. Video Leap, that doesn't happen. It saves everything. And it also has like nice fonts, some filters, some fun effects. And then the last one is if you're like me and you like to talk in your videos, having captions in your video is very useful and very helpful. So I like this app. It's literally called Captions. It's something like $50 a year, which might be out of budget, but it's something that I really, really like.
Wait, before
Yes.
you go, it says keep people engaged.
Yeah, so basically like that, or for that, if people can see what you're saying, they're less likely to scroll away. Because a lot of people are not listening with their volume on. A lot of people are hard of hearing. A lot of people say that the young kids speak too fast or whatever, you know. So, and I'm guilty, I'm a fast talker,
You still
yeah.
need that, because I think sometimes in a reel,
Mhm.
there's an option to do captions in the reel also.
There is an option to do the captions in the reel. The way that Instagram has it set up right now, it's very difficult to edit it. So if I'm saying, like, I'm in Kensington, Maryland, it might be like, I'm in Kensington, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
you have
it's,
to go back and edit it, right?
yeah, and this app is a lot
easier.
better.
Okay.
It's a lot better,
Okay.
yeah. Other questions about these apps? Yes?
Question, so would you go into Lightroom, edit the video,
Uh-huh.
and then, once that's fixed, you go
Mhm.
into captions to do the captions?
Yep, so that's a two-step process, yeah. Captions at some point might have color changing things. I don't think it's there yet, but I think they're trying to. They're branching out. Yeah. Okay. This part. Okay, so earlier on I mentioned that it's really, really good to cut any part that's not interesting to make it less boring. So how to cut any dead time and avoid any pauses. It's pretty easy in the Instagram app. You basically shorten by dragging the clips inwards, and you can do that with your fingers. You basically want to keep people's attention as long as you possibly can, because after 3 seconds, if people don't like it, they will scroll away. With video clips, one more thing. So if I were just to take a video right now of this map right there, that's boring, okay? You have to have something moving in your videos at all times. So if your subject can't move the map, you need to move. So by that, you can do things, and this is gonna look very silly, but trust me, you can go like this, get in, you can twist your camera around. There's a lot of very interesting and weird transitions, and don't be afraid to try stuff. Yeah. So stuff moving is really important. You can also start with something funny, interesting, or engaging, just generally. And like I said, people will swipe away if they're not interested.
So,
Yes. Uh-huh.
it's a split clip?
Yeah, so going,
You're not just
Mhm.
shortening it from the beginning to the end, you actually can go in the middle and kind of edit out.
thank you for addressing that. Yeah, I didn't actually say it out loud, but yes. So what you can do, you can go in, there's a button down there and it says split clip. So if you're like, okay, this is an amazing video, but halfway into it, it gets a little boring, and then the end is great, you can split it so you take out the boring portion and throw it out. Or the portion where you mess up, or the portion where you drop your fork, or whatever. Yeah, ahs, stuff like that. Like I just said, I would delete that. Okay. All right. So if you have Instagram on your phone right now, and if you have a professional dashboard, if you know how to get there, go ahead and go to it right now. Okay? All right. Pause for a second. Pause for a second. Okay. I'm going to show you something. So if you're in your professional dashboard, if you're curious which content you posted earned you the most new followers, we're gonna do that right now, okay? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna click on content you shared. So if you can go back to that beginning screen, click on content you shared. Okay. Click all, content you shared, click all and change it to posts. Content you shared, click all and change it to posts. They don't have this feature yet for Reels, which is tragic, but they have it for posts. Okay? Content you shared, all, and then posts. Then, you see this little diagram, you're gonna click those sliders on the right. Okay, so posts, yep, click the sliders. Click the sliders, okay? Okay, you're good? Okay, next, okay? You're going to change to highest and change to follows where it says metric. So click on metric, and you might need to scroll to where it says follows, okay? Metric, follows, and then press apply. And then press apply. And then you can see how many follows you got from each post. Right. So there was a really great question that was just asked, and the question is, what about hashtags? So if you go into one of your posts and you click on insights, I used to use a ton of hashtags, and if it's just a post, it'll tell you how many accounts were reached from your hashtags. From my posts, it was like barely anyone. So hashtags are not as useful as they used to be anymore. Because now what happens is all of these social media things, they look through your caption and they say, oh, you're posting about Maryland. I'm going to serve this to other people who care about Maryland. Okay? So don't worry as much about hashtags anymore. They almost don't matter at all. Okay? Generally though, one note. Yeah, so that's one thing you don't have to worry about. You can worry about everything else. Okay, also, don't spend too much time agonizing over metrics. Social media is a great tool, but remember, your actual goals here are to maintain relationships with your current customers and to meet new people. Okay, that's your goal at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter how your page is performing. Okay. Some things to make your life a little easier and a little better and to reach more people, you might consider partnering up with other businesses or other influencers. So you might do a joint giveaway. Okay, you might want to talk to some people here and say, hey, you want acupuncture? You want to also join a gym? Things like that. Offer a coupon that's valid at both of your businesses. Encourage reciprocity. Consider hosting a joint event together. Team up, help each other. Also, there are some local influencers who are awesome who you can reach out to. I'm available sometimes. I do teach full time, so my availability is a little limited, but other people who I highly recommend, we have A Dork and Her Fork, Tastes of the Union, Bethesda Vibes, MK's Favorite Things, DMV Boba Bay, Food Muncher with 3 O's, Foodie Tings, and Eating with Johnny. And a lot of these people are food related, but they do branch out and do other lifestyle type things as well. That's it. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming out.